Securing a federal grant is transformative for any organization, but the competition is intense. Yet, many applications are dead on arrival, disqualified for missing a simple pre-submission step, like the letter of intent. Even more common is simply missing the final submission deadline, an amateur mistake that signals unpreparedness. But these administrative errors are just the surface. Deeper strategic flaws can make your proposal irrelevant before it is read. We will now break down the most common grant application mistakes so you can submit your proposal with confidence. First, let's address the foundational hurdle, the technical and administrative details that trip up even seasoned applicants. A huge unforced error is saving portal registration for the last minute. You might think it is a quick sign-up, but it is often a multi-day process to get approved. Verification can take days, technical glitches can lock you out, and support services are overwhelmed. By the time you can submit, the deadline may have passed. Like a missed LOI, a portal lockout is not a rejection of your idea's merit. It is a failure of preparation, an instant disqualification before your work is seen. Before writing a word, you must ask a tough question. Are you truly competitive for this grant? Applying without a realistic assessment is a massive waste of resources. But once you have cleared these technical hurdles, a much bigger challenge awaits. What is the single most common reason a well-prepared, on-time application gets rejected? The answer is strategic misalignment. Your project, no matter how brilliant, fails to directly serve the funder's specific stated priorities. Federal agencies have legal mandates to achieve specific public outcomes. Your application is a proposal to help them achieve their goals. The connection must be undeniable. A classic sign of this is focusing on your organization's needs, like funding staff. Reviewers need to see how your needs create outward-facing community impact. So, you have confirmed you are aligned with the funder. How do you actually prove it? The proof is in the story you tell through your proposal narrative. Your story can be killed on page 1. A vague, jargon-filled or poorly written executive summary ensures a skeptical reader from the start. Next, you fail to prove the problem is real. You state a need but do not back it up with hard data, credible sources, and clear citations. Finally, you make it hard to read. Using undefined acronyms forces reviewers to guess, undermining your professionalism and clarity. But the most damaging narrative failure is having unclear project objectives. If the funder cannot grasp what you will accomplish, they cannot justify the investment. The standard here is SMART objectives: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. This proves your project is planned for tangible impact. A compelling story with SMART goals is powerful, but it is completely hollow if the numbers in your budget do not add up. Here are the most common financial errors. Budget red flags are easy to spot. The most obvious is a sloppy budget with a lack of detail or inflated salaries, which signals a lack of professionalism. Another is failing to meet mandatory cost match requirements. If the funder requires you to contribute, it is not a suggestion. It is an eligibility criterion. A subtle but infuriating mistake is making reviewers calculate your totals. If your justification says 3 staffers at X, you must provide the final number. This points to a larger error, a poor budget justification. This document is the financial story of your project. Every dollar must connect to a project activity. So you have avoided all these pitfalls. The application is written, the budget is perfect. But one final counterintuitive mistake can undo all your hard work. What is it? The final mistake is a failure of process, having the same team that wrote the application be the final set of eyes before submission. This is how simple errors we discussed, like undefined acronyms or budget math mistakes, slip through. Your team is too close. They read what they meant to write. Every mistake, a late submission, a misaligned strategy, a confusing objective, a sloppy budget, stems from a failure in process. They are symptoms of a flawed approach. This means winning federal grants is not just about being a great writer. It is about being a great project manager. It requires a detailed, critical process from day one. As we have seen, federal grant rejections rarely come from nowhere. They are the predictable result of common, and more importantly, avoidable errors. But that is empowering. It means your success is not a matter of luck, but a matter of diligence. You have the power to eliminate these mistakes from your work. If you recall anything, let it be this. 1. Master the administrative rules first. 2. Prove your project serves the funder's mission. 3. Get a fresh set of eyes. Do you want to make sure you do it right the first time? Visit www.forprofitgrants.com to leverage a documented 70% grant acceptance rate built on precision and compliance.